Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin Nowell, and today we have a very special treat for you from the 2025 online UBC tournament. We have the round six match between the only two undefeated players left in the tournament. We have Ryan Rebelo, probably one of the top five strongest players on planet Earth, versus Gaz Owen, also very, very strong, UK's very own. And they will be playing today. Eight 5-point matches in a UBC style format. They'll be playing speed matches. So the action is going to be going fast. So I don't really think I'll have time to be doing play by play commentary, but I'll be here to keep you company as we watch the matches. And yeah, I think that's about it. So let's get this show on the road. And if you haven't already, please smash the like button and subscribe to my backgammon YouTube channel. And if anyone is interested in backgammon lessons with me, Justin Nowell, please feel free to send me an email at justin@backgammonuniversity.com. And let's get this show on the road. All right, just getting ready for the first match to start. And there they are. All right. We have Ryan on the bottom. So I'll be updating the PRs with an R if Ryan wins and a G if Gaz wins. And whoever has the most points at the end wins. And if the points are tied by the end of this, whoever has the lowest median PR will be the winner of the match. So far in this tournament, I think Ryan by far has the lowest median PR. I think his is around like a 2.6 at the start of this match. And Gaz's median PR, I believe, was like a 3.27 at the beginning of this match. So Ryan um, is a clear PR favor just based on what we've seen so far through the first 5 rounds. But we will see what happens today. So we're in this sort of prime versus prime-ish situation where both players are behind a 5 prime. The 4-3 that White just had to play was pretty destructive to their position. I think you have to probably fill it in. I mean, it's difficult not to. I know getting hit with a 4 is annoying, but I know you have to kind of hold your position for longer amounts of time here. 6-5 just goes to the deuce. 6-4 hits thick. And he fans. And okay. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, clearly they don't have time to just pause, right? So they're already thinking about cube action in these situations. I just know that now that he's left, he's lost his market by a mile. And so I wasn't sure if he was on the roof against a 4-point board, whether or not exiting would be considered a market loss, and whether or not he should have doubled before he hopped out. Uh, since they'll be playing these matches sort of back to back to back, I really won't have time to kind of post analyze any of these matches at all either. So let's just buckle up, or anchor up, and then slot. Yeah, I think we should just anchor. 2-3. All right, slotting, taking advantage of the blot in our opponent's home board. And you'll notice that a lot of these plays, the players really are so strong, they don't have to think too much about them. There aren't that many influx points for players of this strength, right? There are points where they will have to think, where the plays just aren't very clear for them. But when you're in a defined state like this, it all seems relatively clear. And this is like your first good question, so you can see why he's pausing. Should I come off the 18 or should I not? And this 4-1 can play without leaving a shot. We leave an indirect, which seems fine. Just 6-2 and 4-4, and there's 2 blots in his board. So if you're thinking about ways to take advantage of 2 blots in our opponent's board, right, leaving a few outside shots seems reasonable, right? And you can see he's thinking about playing a little bit bigger here, But with the cube in the center, he can just double, right? So why take additional risk? And I think with a 20 pip race lead, he should be able to double this one. Question is whether or not the gap is good enough for him to take. His position seems pretty robust, so I'm not exactly sure. Worth thinking about. Double threes fills in the 4 point. Six, five. Staying back for the 6-4. If he comes out with both, oh, double four is disgusting. 5-4. 6-1, okay. All right, all right. Yeah. So Ryan takes a small lead in this 5-point match. The new score is going to be 3 away, 4 away. And a 4-3 starts the roll. The white should be looking to double fairly aggressively at these 4-away scores. Maybe not as aggressively as 4-away, 2-away. I mean, certainly not as aggressively as those scores or 3-away, 2-away, but to win enough gammons in these sorts of positions, being 4-away really is useful. And the 6-5 hits. 5-4 makes the anchor. Very good shot, and this makes the structure. 4-3. 5-1 comes out. Double twos hits and lifts. 6-4 fans. And he's thinking about it. 3 away, 4 away, probably not. And I think I would hit. We could just play 13 to 8 for the prime. Okay. Black does have a priming position, so maybe it was right to just make the priming play. Should probably email Ryan about getting the match files for these so I can take a look at them afterwards. Not with you guys, but just on my own, you know? This is how we get better, of course. So he's thinking about coming off of the anchor. Not sure I would do that. I like this play. Double twos would have killed you. Double fours, not ideal. 2-1. Yeah, I think this is the better option, actually, rather than going to the 2 point. Even though this does keep the 4 prime in front of them, if they leave with 1, you kind of want builders to attack them with. All right, so now you've got 2s and 3s to hit, and 6s, 5s, and 4s to hop out. Hopefully you roll some combination of those. You don't. But at least you didn't crunch. Or 2 hitter or anchor, and anchor seems correct. You're up 20 something pips after the play. Double twos just comes closer. And double fives. All right. Small racing lead for Ryan now. Love to roll 2 big numbers to clear those checkers around the corner. He's unable to do so. Four, 3, okay. Really good question, whether or not we want to clear our own 13 or try to make it harder for black to get around our point. 6-5 makes the 1 and does this. This is good for the race. And double 6. Oh, Gaz. Super strong. And the cube comes flying. I guess you could take a while if you wanted. See if you can trick the guy, but don't think Ryan's going to get tricked here. One good thing about being able to count the race or have the race just displayed for you. I mean, over the board, of course, we would all count, or every good player would count at least to see what it was. We wouldn't just go, you know, try to figure it out that way. Ryan doubles. He does have a very strong position. Three away, you will double a little bit earlier in gammon full positions. This hits and covers. Great shot from Gaz. 5-2, 5-3 here. I think I prefer this. Don't really want to leave the shot out there. 3-1 fills it in. Double sixes. Oh, disgusting. 2-1. No, I like that play. This increases the contact zone with the blot and white's board. He takes, and he can't even hit him. He just has to stack up on the 2-point. He can't hit when you're up this much, especially since his board was strong on the other side. 5-3, he leaves it there for the blot. He's down in the race so much. He wants to kind of force his opponent's numbers to be bad if they are bad. 4-2 just covers. 5-4, this just clears the 8. We just have to make safe plays. 3-2. Double ones, okay. So we need to bring that point closer because that's harder to clear against the opponent's anchor. I might even bring it to the 8-point. We're up enough. I want less contact. Yeah, exactly. This makes it easier to clear over the 8-point because it's closer. You know, when you're up in the race this much. Oh, this leaves a shot. Is there a 4? Wow, I can't believe it either. Every play leaves a shot. This has to be the worst number there is. Oh, and he rolls double 4s. Okay, this gives coverage. Would we stick around for like a 1-5? Probably not because double ones is like atrocious. And now it looks like Ryan is going to win this match. So when you've locked it up, basically, this seems awkward. What is he trying to gain on here? You just really hope you're also winning the PR to take 2 points down here. 5-4. 5-3. Double threes. All right. It looks like Ryan locks up the win here. So let's start to start that text. So Ryan gets the W. And who wins the PR? Oh, Ryan wins the PR as well. All right. So Ryan has 2 points, and Gaz has none at the moment. All right, I think that looks pretty good. We're on to match 2. Six one, okay. This looks like we just go to the 8 and 6 to 5. This all seems pretty clear. Allow me to comment on the easiest plays possible, of course. 3-1s, your 4-2s, your 6-5s, you know. I mean, this slotting play feels natural. This looks a bit front-loaded, but I can see the problem with it, of course. The guy could roll a 3. I just don't know how you progress your prime this way. It seems a bit stacked. That'd be an interesting one to look at. 4-3 fans and Ryan gets out. Okay, where's your ace? I guess you're looking for numbers that can hit you if there's anything. Really can't, though. What about now? We got nothing. 2-1. Okay, no shots. 4-1. Yeah, these are awkward positions where there's no 6 point because we switched. One of the mental tricks I use when I look at positions without a 6 point is I just imagine valuing the position as if I just didn't have a 5 point, right? Where the checkers were on the 6 point like normal, but the 5 was open. That's how I kind of use a mental model to look at these because you don't really have a lot of positions where you don't have a 6 point. Wow, this enters and hits. So what I do is I think about it as if I just didn't have a 5 point, right? Which is a much more normal position. 2 and then 4. Wow, okay, like this makes the 6 prime, right? Was this what just happened? 4-2? What a fantastic shot. And now, kicking butt and taking names. Yikes. I mean, what are we trying to do here besides not lose a gammon? You just have to find a play that loses the least amount number of gammons because you can just never really win, I guess, right? Your opponent's never going to get counter primed because you've got the 1 point made and the 6 is gone, right? So it just seems pretty impossible to get a counter prime going. So you make plays that just lose fewer gammons, right? 4-4 is a good shot to try to get off of some gammons, and this hits loose and comes around. And you almost hope to be hit actually here because you'd love to enter on the 2 and go fishing for more checkers. Huh. On. Wow. You do whatever you want, right? I mean, not going to matter. Just don't get gammoned. 5-1, right? You shouldn't even hit. What's the point of hitting? You're just going to crunch more before he enters usually. But I guess you don't leave an indirect shot immediately, I guess. But there's always the fear you could just fan more and leave a shot that way because there's 2 on the roof where in reality you would love for him to enter. Breaking the prime looks a little risky. Still has a 4-point board, but it's probably right. And this cube is in the center, so the most Gaz can win is 2 points. Black's board is broken, which improves their gammon winning chances. You know, with 2 checkers closed out and good board on the other side, he wins like 40% gammons. Here, probably wins a. He probably did win a little more than that before this happened to his spare distribution, right? You don't take any checkers off, and all of a sudden your gammon winning chances go down quite a lot due to where his spare checkers ended up being played because of the double 4s. Boxes, okay, that saves the G, but he still has no wins because the cube was in the center. So Gaz wins 1 point. 2-3 just splits and comes down that way. Okay, interesting. I would have done it the other way. I would have split with the 3 and brought the 2 down, but maybe Ryan knows this one. I thought I knew this one. I probably do know this one, but maybe I'm wrong. It's fine. Double 1s, this hits and makes the 5. And the question of whether or not we lift, I wouldn't lift. I'd go 15-14 maybe. But I see the point of this. This links up with 6s to try to connect his back checkers. The other play I would have done would have duplicated the 2s to hit and enter. 4-2, 3-2, 2-2, 1-2. I thought that was like a cute duplication, which is why I would have played that one. Great shot by Ryan. Yes, of course we blitz. 4-5. And look at the race. If he comes out, maybe we just double anyway, just in case we roll a 4. We are up almost 40 pips. And rolling a 4 would certainly lose your market. Nice cue by Ryan. Okay, he misses, but not a bad miss. Makes the board and anchors. He just needs to find a way to get around. Double 5s. Not ideal. Now he's kind of trapped. This makes this. He needs to like start working off of this anchor. Do you give 2-6 and 4-4 against this 5-point board? Ooh, seems a bit big. I don't know if there was any other thing to do anyway, but 3-2. Okay, I like this play. This is 0 shots. 6-3 would love to come off the anchor, but it can't. I guess you give 4-6. 5. 5-2. 5-3 can't come off the anchor. Ryan's game is deteriorating. 4-4. Oh my gosh, the best number on earth. And recube incoming. Oh, no, he already doubled. Okay. Okay. I was like already looking for something that couldn't happen. 5-3. 6-1. 2-3. 5 and then 6. Okay, Ryan wins this game. 6-4. Okay. 6-2 just splits. 2-2s makes the 4 and the 11 point. 3-1 just makes the 5. 6-5. Great question. Are we doing this here versus running? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd like to look at that one. Running is kind of thematic, maybe at some of these leading scores, though of course 6-5 double hit is something that we do a lot in that situation, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll message Ryan right now about getting those match files. Let me do that. 2-1. Yeah, I guess we just lift the 24 as well. I'll even add the word please in there. Can I get those match files from your match with Gaz, please? All right. Cube is sent. Who's doubling this? This is a cube? You're still stuck on, you're still stuck back there behind good structure, and you've got 2 blots sitting there that you might not cover. Was that a cube? I would not have doubled that. But I just don't see how I got out, you know? You kind of want to hop out here, but he's worried about getting hit and then losing gammons and stuff. As well, you generally should be. Oh, double 2s. Okay, so he has to step up. And the question is like, can he afford to hit and step up? 1-4. Wow. Yep. Double 4s. Okay. This is not a great number. Yeah, he's got a switch. This seems like the only play. And now Ryan has to enter, or that other blot in the outfield might be in trouble. Oh, and he fans. 1-4, he doesn't get out, but he does get to cover the 1. Ryan needs a 2 severely, or Gaz is going to kill him. Double 2s. And does he leave the 2-5? I think you kind of have to. Every other play's a bit ugly. Double twos, he enters and gets to clean it up. 6-4, basically forced to hop out. And 5-2, enters and hits. 4-1 hits back. 3-1. This looks like a gammon against Ryan unless he can enter. He doesn't enter. 2-1 hits again. Gaz just needs to hop out. Double threes, disgusting. Where do numbers like this come from? 5-4 fans. And Gaz is still killing him. 5-1 rips it off. 6-4, the gammon is still on. 6-5. Double fours. Huge gammon here. This gammon is going to win the match for Gaz if he gets it. 5-1. So Ryan needs to get a shot here in order to have a way to get off this G. 6-5, 6-4, 6-3, 6-2, 5-4, 5-3, 5-2, 3-2. So many numbers leave a shot. 4-3 leaves a shot. Ace, no ace. He has to stay there for double ones since the backgammon doesn't lose anything extra, and Gaz wins this one. Let's see who wins the PR. Ryan wins the PR playing a 1.3. Let me adjust this. So the PR win goes to Ryan, and the match win goes to Gaz. All right, first point on the board for Gaz. Ryan is winning the medium PR by quite a bit right now, I think. So Gaz is going to need to string together some wins and some PR wins in order to combat what's been happening. Okay, do we make the 20? It seems like I would want to make the 20. This 18 is also interesting. You could, maybe that's right. I mean, I'd have a hard time because if the guy fills in the 5, I feel so bad, right? So a part of me would want to like just make the 5 and then maybe bring the back guy up. I don't know, but it seems really efficient to make the 4 as well. But if you rolled a 6-1 or double ones or something, I'd have felt bad that I was still stuck on the 23 point because I would have had 3 checkers back there instead of my opponent's 2. Five, 3 seems reasonable. I mean, there's no way to get off your anchors without leaving multiple shots around the board. So I guess I wouldn't do this. This seems a bit big. It's 4s, 1s, 3s, but he does it. If Ryan thinks it's right, he's going to do it. Eesh. This is blots galore. This one works better if he doesn't roll a 4, of course, but if he does roll a 4, you've got nothing. Ryan needs a 5. Double twos, even better. 6-4 fans. And this just comes out with both like this. I like this play. 3-4. I just come out. No point in staying there for some random loose hit that might not gain anything. Yeah, I'm not leaving my anchor. I would have played something else, but maybe Ryan sees it. I mean, he's not really up that much in the race. This is why I need these match files. I need to kind of look at these things as I'm watching these to kind of go through what's really happening here afterwards. Because if he's right, which I mean, apparently he is most of the time because his average PR has been like a 2.6 median in this competition. I just need to see what he's seeing in some of these spots so I can adjust my play accordingly. Wow. 4-2, I mean. Don't know if I'm coming into a double shot here in such a close race, and I hate breaking my board, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this though. I'm gonna break the 6 because it's better for the race and doesn't leave a blot in my board. But the reason he did the other one was to save 5s for his next roll, but I'm anticipating getting a shot right now. I would just lift, by the way. This is why I wouldn't have left a blot in my board. I would have just broke the 6 so I could hit, not have to worry about the blot in my board, right? If you look at Black's timing, it looks like there's a chance we just get a shot immediately, right? So that's why I would have broke the 6. I like lifting. The double hit leaves so many blots, a random 3 will like get me backgammoned. Right? So imagine you play with 45 blots on the board and the guy just rolls a random 3 and you just go, well, that was a good match. Game over. I mean, maybe Ryan doubles you from the roof there, you know? And if you can get doubled from the roof after one play, like, ooh, maybe we should choose the other one. Getting hit the least amount seems good. Still wouldn't double. I'm down almost 40 pips. You could roll some sort of 6 that might leave you vulnerable. Seems like the only reasonable play. Now he's up 14 pips on roll, but his board's a bit crunched. Doesn't have a ton of pick and pass numbers, but he's using the race lead to sort of justify that. 2-1's pick and pass, and that is certainly a market loss. 4-1. My gosh, 5-4, sick. And that's that. Is that all it takes? Is a 5-4 from the roof? Somebody needs to show Ryan these matches where he rolls good. Oh my gosh. We always seem to forget when we roll well. I know that for sure, but I remember when I roll poorly, no doubt about it. I had been in matches before where it felt like I was losing and I was winning. I guess that's just our inherent bias as humans to remember things that negatively affect us instead of things that positively affect us, you know. But we'll leave the philosophy for another day. Double 4s pops out. This is great. Oh, I said sure. Cool. So we'll get those when we get those. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I know when I'm live streaming my matches, it's very difficult for me to do the whole shtick for the YouTube algorithm of like and subscribe, because I'm so focused on just trying to play, or I usually am focused. Sometimes I forget what the score is. Around match 7, 8, just like, oh, we're doing another one of these, huh? And you just go, well, what was the score? But these are things that are like integral to playing matches as well. What is the score? Um, Score is like your situation, right? It's like I like 6 to 5. I don't think I can break my back anchor against his structure. I think it just lends itself too much to volatility. Yeah, I mean, this is interesting whether or not we do this or we try to hop out. I think that's a good play. 6-4 is ugly, but necessary. And 3-6 fans. 4-2 makes the 5. If he fans again, he does not. Okay. Double 6. And this comes out. This protects against 3-6. So if he rolls 3-6, he'll be there for a double shot. And this game is over. I know the 6 prime isn't slotted yet, but I just have a hard time seeing how you get out. What is that 3-6 play? Oh, is that the DMP play? Well, I know the best play for money is just to run all the way out with the 6-3, so that's interesting. 3-6 makes the 5. 6-5, I guess. Wow. Are we doing that versus running out? Kind of like running. 4-2 makes the 4, no? I prefer this. 2-6, oh, punished. 2-3 hits back. 5-5. Guess you just come down with both. He can't win a gammon at the score, right? So there's no point in trying to play for 1 if you can't use the value of the gammon in your score because you're 1 away right now. Every play you make is designed to just win the game since the gammons have no value. Or 3 makes the ace. I like making the ace. We have to get him off the 1. 6-4. Okay. I guess I would leave the shots maybe. Because if he enters, it's going to be awkward. Possible we could have left the shots there. Best time to clear these outside points sometimes is when your opponent's on the roof. And I know I left 4 numbers. But if he entered, it might have been a hard time clearing the 8. And Ryan's bear off is basically the DMP bear off, where he's just trying to make the safest play possible, the play that's going to win the most games. He just wants to clear the points in order and not leave himself any trouble. But after that 2-3, look, I mean, this looks troublesome. The blot on the 1, 5-3, right? Okay, leaves a shot. Gaz needs a 3. He doesn't roll one. 6-4 cleans it up. Now he has to stay on his anchor because he could get a double shot. 6-1, no shots. 5-4. Or 3. He needs an ace. He rolls an ace to save it, potentially. Potentially. I will say that Ryan is still a favorite, even now with 10 checkers off. But of course, Gaz has a chance. A pretty good chance still. But I'd still rather be Ryan up 4-0. 3-1 rips off both. 6-4. 6-2, and Ryan looks like he's going to win this match again. 6-5. 6-5 And he needs to start with a double. He doesn't roll it, and Ryan wins the third match. Let's see who wins the PR. And Gaz gets his first PR win. All right. He's got to go. Okay, so Gaz wins his first PR point, and Ryan wins the match. All right. So let's take a look here. And this 6-5, 5-6. What was the best play? 6 off? Didn't he play this? I don't know. We'll get the match files. Take a look at a later date. All right. There they are playing again. All right. They already seem to have started the match. It's hard because when they exit, the only way to kind of get back in there with the match is to kind of find them playing. It's not like they recorded it on their end for me. I'm just kind of following their matches on Galaxy, which is nice. If you log onto the desktop version of Galaxy, you can see players playing and go watch, observe them playing in real time. So, yeah, no part of me is breaking the 7 point, right? So we have to come off our anchor. This seems like a more reasonable play because you're going to lean into the strength of your 5 prime. And the reason why you have to come off now is because you can see all of your outside points are stripped if you make the other play. And there's a chance you just don't get a number that leaves next roll, right? So you just have to do it now. And now you have a 2 to play. So I go to the 13. Your spare distribution looks great on top of that structure. So it looks like Ryan has 4 points and Gaz has 2 on a race to 9. Whoever gets 9 points first is the winner. And if it ends up being 8-8, whoever has the lowest median performance rating, so the middle point of all of the 8 matches played, if they play 8 matches, the 2 middle PRs are averaged together. And that is how they determine a winner. If they only get to 7 matches or whatever, then obviously somebody won on points. Or 2. Yeah, I like this one better. It just looks prettier. Double 2s comes in and I would slot. Yeah, this gives me a good chance to cover that and threaten their position. Step up. I would step up. Oh, you might have gotten a shot there. That's too bad because you're always balancing like whether or not you want to stay for the contact, which will help you win more games. But also, when their board gets really strong, staying for the contact also means you lose more gammons. Double 4s. Oh my gosh, what a 6-1. He misses. What a sick number that was. 5-1. Okay, he gets another shot. 4s. Double 3s. Misses. And double 4s. Oh my god, a double shot. And he hits both. Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Wow. From getting gammon to winning. That's how sick backgammon is, folks. Welcome to the league. Phew. Oh my goodness. You'll notice these exchanges of hits just happen for these key points in the beginning parts of the game, knowing that no player wants to concede these assets to their opponents this early. Some people play this game to like never get hit. That's how they play. They play to never get hit. And that's just not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be fighting for key points, trying to add assets to our position. And then as we get hit, we re-enter, we recirculate, we try again, and we just accumulate more assets, right? And then we hope as the hits go on later in the game that we've accumulated enough to where the hits actually can win at some point. So as the game gets longer and our opponent's position gets stronger, of course we would try to avoid getting hit then. But in the early part of the game, it's really not all that necessary, unless, of course, you've rolled some running rolls in the beginning of the game and have gained complete freedom for your back checkers or something like that. 2, 3. Right? And we see the algorithm continue. They're just building. He wants the 7 point really badly, but doesn't want to leave the shot on the 2. But maybe you have to leave the shot on the 2 in order to get the 7. This leaves a pretty inflexible position. But you'll see now that he's gained almost complete freedom, he's like, for his back checkers, he's trying to find plays that don't leave shots. And this 6-1 does leave a shot. Maybe we just go to the 2 point. I'm not sure about hitting. You only have one cover there. I don't love that. If we slot the 2, we have the same number of shots, but we have 2 covers with our spares instead of just 1. But I can see the idea of hitting is to also get missed and then push that back checker up so he's no longer in your hair. So it's interesting. This is not easy. Being given this cube from the trailer. Hitting is interesting. I'm not sure if it's right, but it's interesting. This must be right. 4-6. 4-3 enters and hits back. 4-5 is a bit of a nothing burger, but we have to hit on the 1 in order to keep them from having their whole roll to just attack us. 5-3. Can I re-roll? No, I'm not coming off my anchor. I like this play better. Double threes makes the 5. And then what? Are we looking to make the anchor or come out? I mean, we're down in the race by a lot, so maybe this is a good play. I would consider coming out and playing 8-5 as well. I like 8-5 and coming out maybe. I like coming out because it gives me the chance to make the 18. If he hits me, there's still a blot in his board, and I'm still genuinely keeping pressure on the blot with my checker on the 24 as well, so maybe that's a good idea. But notice, like, every play we make has an idea. Now, the idea might be wrong, right? But we don't operate without ideas. Like, each play has a certain, and this just comes out. Yeah, this is very strong. Don't think we're switching with checkers back. We just come out. And even when he enters, I mean, great shot, right? And now this game is just over, right? When he doubles. Can't really take from the 23 point in a situation like this, despite the race being even. Just don't win enough games. And you lose more gammons from the 23 than you would from like the 21, of course. This is just the quiet 13-8. Although you might look for a messier play at the 2-away, 4-away score. Not a more Ronaldo sort of play, but a messier play. Does he have the whole 6-1 to play? No? I don't know what just happened. 6 must have covered the 5 or I don't know. The 1 must have covered the 5 or something. He was looking for a 6 to play. One, two, three. That looks prettier. This makes the 18, which is great. He's only down 4 pips. 5-2 makes the 11. And 5-4, we get back into our algorithm of just slotting points and making points, right? This 5-3. He could look to clear this. He's not sure if he should unblock double fours yet. He's only up 10 pips, 2 pips after White's roll. Interesting, because you could lose trying to break the 11 at some point as well, right? So you're kind of thinking to yourself, like, do I want to get rid of that? This is interesting because of the 2 blots. This play I kind of like the least. This one, on the other hand, I find to be the most interesting because of the 2 blots, but he knows he probably shouldn't do stuff like that until you've cubed, but you're not really up that much. 11 pips, 2-3 hits and covers, and this game is over, folks. I mean, it's being doubled, right? And he's down 10 pips on the roof at a very volatile score, so this game is over because he volunteered that shot. I'm interested. Very interested in what's happening there with that play. I don't think I would have done it, but maybe it was good. I'm be biased by the fact that he hit and covered and got and he fanned afterwards as well. I mean, that's the human side of it. 3-4 is weird. Maybe you have to do that play, even though your position looks like it wants to make a priming play. This roll is awkward. Double fours, okay. Well, that ends that game. No, because you just double, right? Don't know if I would have left like the 2-6, but I guess it's all duplicated. 3-1. Ryan would love a 6 here. Gaz would love a 6, I meant. 3-1. Okay, 2 away, 2 away. We double basically immediately at these sorts of scores, turn it into a DMP situation. Plotting seems okay. 4-1. Now Ryan has a lead in this match, I would say, positionally. Maybe not. Double fives, wow. I think I just make the 4 as well. Don't care so much about the blot. Know that I want to play pure. I have to get everybody around the board still. So this is clear. It's the only play. 6-5 comes all the way out, and Ryan is losing the race, so he's thinking about something else. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, when you're losing the race, you kind of want to hit, and you would be devastated if White rolled a 4 and ended up trying to convert their racing lead. 6-3 on the other hand, though. 6-4. How many shots is this? 1-4, 2-4, 3-4. So that's 6 and 2-5, and that's 10 numbers. The other play is 12 if you double hit. 3-6. 6-5 just makes the 2. Ryan's doing great here. 2-1 just brings this checker in. 3-1 breaks down White's board even more. 5-3 just makes the ace. Double twos brings this in. I guess he's just, no, I don't like this one. I like this one is okay. You could also do the other one, but I guess you don't want him to jump over you with 6-5. But it does leave you in a spot where you could yourself leave a shot, but this number doesn't do it. And Ryan looks like he's winning this match as well. 6-2 is 2 off double fives. Maybe I spoke too soon. 4-3, 5-1, 5-3, 3-2. Okay, that is a very, very, very painful roll for Gaz. Double fives. He makes up for it. 5-3, and that misses. Okay, he's only down 5 checkers. If he rolls like a double or two, no. Oh, there's one of them. Nope, it's over. No, no, no. He didn't have enough. Even with that double fours, Ryan still handily wins the match. And let's check on the PR win. Oh, and Gaz wins another PR. So Ryan wins the match. But Gaz takes down a PR win. Okay. Staying in the battle. So if we look at this now after 4 matches, Ryan's offering the rematch. Gaz isn't accepting right now, so maybe he needs to take a minute break or whatever. I will edit out all of the breaks to make this easier for the viewers. And you see, clever editing, clever editing. 4 matches down. Ryan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Gaz has 1, 2, 3. So the PR wins are even right now after the first 4 matches. So that's great for Gaz. Obviously, you can't really control your wins. The dice do what the dice do when you're playing at this sort of a level against players that are also playing at this level. One hits and plays down. Double six fans. And do we have anything, Ryan? What do you think? The take is easy. That's step 1. If we cover and they fan again, have we lost our market? I don't know if I would do that. I would just play 6 to 5. Now we've lost our market, right? Down 16 pips. 3-point board, 9 in the zone, our opponent on roll. Our 2 back checkers are all the way up on the 18. Another great start for Ryan. I guess you could make the 9 and slot the 4. You could also make the 4 and play 13 to 9, I guess. 4-2. It's just 13 to 7. 5-3, making new points. 5-4 just makes the 2 point. Ah, I'm not doing this. I'm only up 6 pips. So I just make the 2. What? That's crazy. Hope it's right. Can make a new point, not leave any shots, you know? But I mean, there are situations that are just like that, that are correct. So would love to look at it later. Yeah, I don't know. I might have just slotted the 3 and slotted the 1 there, actually. I hate the look of my distribution here. Okay, 3-1 just clears the 7. 5-1. Guess you don't really want to leave a shot there. So this play makes a 5-point board and doesn't leave a direct shot. Gives them a hard time in the outfield. But if they keep rolling small like this, there aren't so many hard times. I like this play, keeping a little extra contact. Right? Now 5-1. Or 2, really? I think I prefer this, even though it leaves some shots. Double twos comes all the way out. Five, 4. Right. Got ourselves a little race on our hands. Oh, I was going to say Ryan has an advantage, but double fives just ended the race. Gaz takes home the point here. Double ones makes the 4. Double twos. It's a good roll. Five is just 2 down. And double six, okay. And then he cleans this up. The race is virtually even. Not really even, but it's virtually even. 2 and double six, okay. That's a lot of pips, but he now will have to break his back anchor with 6-2, 6-3, some of these numbers he doesn't really want to do it with. And 5-4, he's looking at this right now. I don't know. I mean, there is a blot on his board. He is up 28 pips after the play. 4-3, 6-3, 1-3, 4-4, 6-4. I don't know. Double ones would have hit and covered. 5-1. Okay. And now this is like double pass. 4 away, 4 away. Maybe there's just too many gammon losses with 2 blots. I think I've seen something like this where I took it myself recently. I'm like, but there's a blot in his board. I actually, in this tournament, I think I did something like this. So those are good, 2 good positions to compare. So maybe I'll go back and I'll find that blunder and compare it with this position and see what our computer overlord tells us about it. Because if we can make that comparison and draw that conclusion, then it'll make positions like that easier for us in the future. And that's what we're looking for. And looks like he's picking up these 2 points pretty easily. All right, and this game belongs to Ryan, the Rebel Rebello. 5-2. 6-2. What? No, this just comes out and down for money. This is the only one where we don't run past the heavy 8 point because of the 6-4 duplication to hit in the outfield. And this is a double hit. Double ones makes the structure. Double fives blitzes. 2-3's a good shot. Entering, of course. I mean, anchoring would have been nicer. Funny because the score is calling for a hit, but like, can you really hit here? I mean, what do you think you're doing by hitting? I mean, there is the blot on the 1 in black's board, but I don't mind this play just stepping up either. But you see, you're conflicted because the position is asking you to step up, but the score is telling you maybe you should hit. Double twos, this puts 2 on the roof. How bad could that be? 5-3 is an advanced anchor. All right, the 2 hits. 6-3. Oh, what a shot. You got nothing. Double fours is something, though. And if you fan again, 2-1, this hits, and you double from the roof. 2 away, 4 away against a 4-point board. I think I'm passing, by the way. I mean, I don't want to get hit here. It's too many blots against a 4-point board, you know? It's like at the score, it is pretty scary looking. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty nervous. Makes sense to me. I mean, getting gammon there in that spot. I mean, one thing if you had a 3-point board, 4-point board and a hit is just, ugh. You're going to get gammon for sure, or at least it feels that way. This just makes the 9, right? Looks like a good shot. 2-1, I would play. Okay, slotting. But the race is close. I don't know about that. I probably would have just played 13-10, to be honest. I don't understand why I would give a direct shot. I know distributionally it looks better, but I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. Maybe you do this. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, if you're able to keep them trapped, I mean, you would have been murked though with the rolls. 5-2. 2-1 makes the bar. 2-4 steps up in slots. Do you have to step up? I mean, if he just rolls a 5, you're just trapped for life. And I know you can get pointed on this way, but okay, maybe you're not up in the race. Yeah, okay. Oh, 1-6. Oh, 5-2. Double ones. Oh my gosh, these guys need to calm down with the numbers. 4-6. Okay, 5-2. Sheesh. Joker, 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 Joker. No Batman. Just Jokers. Double fours. Oh my gosh. Now we have the anti-Jokers. 1-5, okay. And now like 2-4 would be funny. The problem is like he doesn't really want to hit on the 2-point because he needs his opponent to enter so he can start to crack because he's stuck behind a 6 prime, right? So he doesn't even want to do this. He needs them to enter. Right? If he wasn't behind a 6 prime, of course he would point on him, but like now he just fans, right? It feels like the game is over unless he rolls an ace immediately. Yeah. That's what I hated about pointing is just that like he can't enter. And if he can't enter, you can't win. You're stuck behind a 6 prime. Oh, and the 1-6. Devastating. 1-5, he would have had a chance. He would have had a chance. Then maybe he rolls some small number that maybe only breaks the 6 point. Then he doesn't roll a 5 or a 6 to get out, and he has to break the 6 prime. Could have worked. This hits loose. It looks like Gaz is going to win the game, but it does not look like a gammon win with only one checker closed out. You know, if Ryan's board was good, he would lose less than 3% gammons. But now that his board is bad, maybe he wins like a little more than 3%, but it's not a big amount in any way. So it's not like Ryan really gets gammoned here at all. So we're going to get to 108 Crawford 2 away, which is gammon go score, meaning that Gaz is really, I mean, of course he wants to win the game, but he's just as interested in not losing a gammon in the game and losing the entire match in one game as he is in like doing whatever he can to win the game, because there's a cost that is just too high, right? You don't want your opponent to win a gammon in the entire match in the next game. That would be heartbreaking. Ryan, on the other hand, of course, wants to win a gammon and the game in the entire match. And so he's going to be playing super aggressively because he wants to win the game and the match right away. 3-1 makes the 5. 4-2, okay. What are we doing here besides coming out? Like this? Yeah, okay. Didn't see where the 4 was played. 2-1, boy, what are we doing here? I guess you do this because of the score for the gammon save. Maybe you just, yeah, I like coming out. 5-1, double hits. This is a very thematic sort of play, but maybe he doesn't do it because of the score and he's worried about rolling a 3. What happens if his opponent rolls a 3? But I think the play that wins the most games is double hitting. 5-4 makes the 2 point. Seems reasonable. Comes out, brings the 4 in. I like black's game here. With white not at the edge of the prime, it's difficult for them to leave, of course. Maybe that's a good play. I think I would have just stayed on my anchor and played to the 6, trying to close the 4 point first. One 6 hits and covers. Hits and covers. Oh, well, he's dead. 6-5. Now the question is, can he ever get him off his anchor so he can try to win a gammon? 5-4 makes the point on his head. I like making the point on his head. For the G's, 1-6 hits. 5-4 makes the 16, I would. 5-5. Wow. Can he hit? He can hit. I like hitting then. I want the second checker. U6. Guess we clean up the single checker. That eliminates like most of your gammons, even if you lose the game. 4-1 makes the 3. Gaz is looking for a 2. Here you could break the 7. That's interesting. I like that for attacking on the 2. Wow. What is this? 6-4 and oh boy. And he loses. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, it looks like Gaz gets the win here. So let's give him that. And let's see who wins the PR. Ryan wins the PR point. Okay. All right. And it looks like they're taking another little break, but we can edit this. So let's take a look here. The 6-5 was a little wrong. Yeah, and this was a pass. Look at that, a 121 pass. I had a position just like this, I swear, and I was like, well, there's a blot in his board. If he hits me, I can just hit him back. And this 3-2, this was 6-4. The blitzing position calls for a blitzing play. 4-4, okay, what is this? 2-1 was bad. They wanted just 13-10 because you made the anchor against the 9 points, so you can't get out. But he only made it because of the score. And what was this 5-4? Just running off of the anchor, leaving the double shot. Wow, like that is a tough one. All right. Just looking for Ryan's match. There we go. Clever editing, huh? 2-4. This must make the 20-point anchor instead of hitting with the 2. Just lock up that asset and be happy we were able to do it. Now, maybe we just go to the 9 after making the 7. That way his opponent has to break his anchor to hit us. That looks ugly. That looks ugly, making the 1. Just feels weird doing that. And the guy's on the 20-point anchor making the 1. Just feels strange. I think I just come all the way around to 6 for the Ryan. 2-3 makes that anchor. Double ones makes the 5. Okay, maybe the cube is incoming very shortly. 4-2. Board is weak. You're up 13 pips. Maybe it's too easy to take, actually. Surprised I didn't spit out my drink with that double 6. I think it's twice I've seen him do that this match, so they're both rolling pretty well. Ryan has 3 wins. Gaz has 2. Only 9 pips in this race. The point of last take, I think at 99, 100, 112, maybe 113. Yeah, maybe I treat it like it's, yeah, 112. So I wouldn't have doubled earlier, but now it looks like a good cube. 5-4. Double threes. What a shot. Oh, double fives, even better. 6-1. Double fours for Ryan. 5-4. Very solid lead for Ryan here. 5-3. 5-2 misses with 1, but still he's up a lot. Double 6. Oh my gosh, no way. 3-2. He misses again, and now he's gonna redouble, right? Can he redouble this? No, he's holding onto a cube. We can't redouble this, right? No, he can miss with aces. That's silly. He's already up a point. 5 checkers versus 5 checkers. I don't think so. I mean, I know you can afford a miss, but your opponent's never going to miss. And you could miss twice. You could roll like 2 aces. Oh my God. Well, what are you going to do, bro? What are you going to do? Sometimes double sixes are in the cup. Best part of waking up is double sixes in your cup, of course. When you're not on the roof. When you're not on the roof. Sheesh. I didn't see that one coming. 6-5 just runs. 4-3, okay. You could do this. I wouldn't do that. You could do that if you'd like. 6-3 runs out. 3-1 hits and makes the 9. 3-2, okay. Yeah, seems reasonable, even though you can't get out by staying there. Couple threes just pointed on. 4-3 lifts the blot. And you can't really double this. You just have to roll. 6-3 hits. 4-3 hits and comes out. 3-2 hits back. 4-2, yikes. What do we do here? Just 13-11 again? I can't play 6-2. My mom would be mad at me. So 4-2 makes the point. 2-5 hits back. And 5-5 gets missed. He gets missed. I can't believe it. So we enter. We make the 8. We hop out. And then play from 9-4, right? Wait, how many checkers are on the 8 point? Am I missing something? No, I'm not. So we enter. We make the 8. We probably hop out to the 10. And then I would play from 9-4. Yeah. This I would not do. This leaves blots everywhere and I can get pointed on. Maybe that's right. I don't know. That seemed, maybe this plays better. Seemed a bit much for me. 5-5. Okay, that brings everybody down. And double pass, I think, right? There's no more contact. You're down like what? 18 pips? Seems to be a bit much. The only thing that's making him think about taking is the score being 2 away, 5 away, where he knows his take point, I think, is like 17.5% or something. It's like really low, much lower than what it is for money. So he's thinking about taking, but it still looks pretty bad. Pretty bad. 2 away, 4 away. So 4-2, 5-1 split is a very known double. 4-3 makes the anchor. My question is like, was that the right double 6 at the score? Maybe it is. Still, I mean, it's definitely the best play for money. I was just wondering if there was like a blitzing option at 4 away, 2 away. Maybe that's something to look at. If anybody wants to look it up for me and let me know. Three one, okay. Seems reasonable to just slot the point. 6-2 has to volunteer. 5-3 misses. And double fives clears it. 4-2. I just bring both into the 6. I don't want to get picked and passed. 2. Okay, now I get to run. Double 6. Oh man, could Ryan win a running gammon here? With a few more doubles, it's possible. No way. No way. 6-3. Gaz needs to turn the corner. 6-5. What a shot. 4-3. Oh my gosh, he just barely saved that. Barely saved it. Barely. 5-4. Ryan doubles. 2 away, 2 away. We've seen. 3-6 hops out. 4-2. Wow. Making the 4 looks pretty good. 4-6 hits and comes down. 5-1 hits loose. Double fives is a double hitter, I think. If you don't, you get to keep the 10 and then just come down, but Az is playing just to hold on to his massive race lead right now. So I like 6-3. Trying not to sacrifice anything in his position. That's good, which is just the race. One, no, and that's double ones. Double ones is strong. 6-5 is bad. What are we doing here? 6 in, 5 down. Don't think I'm coming off my 20-point anchor. 5-4 misses, but slots. 2-6, okay. Double threes. This makes the 4 and comes down. Or you could do that. Huh. I mean, I would probably do this, but I can see the problem is that he doesn't want to let him off of the 24 with sixes, but this leaves a shot. Working out, that's for sure. And I guess we just play 13-6. I don't see any value in hopping off of our 20-point anchor. 6-5 is not great. I guess you have to come off with maybe both. 3-1 makes the 5 point, and 3-2 just makes that outside point. 2-3 just plays in. 2-1 makes the ace. Yeah, guess we have to crack the 7. Don't really want to leave a shot. I know this duplicates the 4s, but like, do we have to leave a shot? So he gets to come off of his anchor. 3-1 picks and passes. 4-6 fans. Double threes brings everybody in. 6-3. Yeah, seems like a good DMP play. 5-1 picks and passes. 6-1 comes out. And double six. Okay, it looks like Gaz is going to win this match, barring some horrific numbers. 6-1. 4-1. And he comes off now looking for the Coupe Classique, but double ones. And Gaz wins this one. Let's chalk up the win for Gaz. And let's see who the PR belongs to. Drum roll. Oh, and Gaz wins the PR as well. Wow, crazy games, guys. Crazy games. All right, Ryan's asking for a rematch, and they will play immediately. That's good. 5-3 makes the point. 6-2 splits. So what do we have now for points? Ryan wins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Gaz has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. It's tied. Wow. Crazy. Oh, and the double two switch and fans. For money, that's actually like a tiny, tiny, tiny take, I think, actually, for money. Um, remember that one. That's a good one. Any other play besides the best play there is a like double blunder, to be honest. 4-3. And he enters and makes the 5. That's good. I'd step up with the ace. Don't see why that would be bad versus 6-5. 2, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's only down 10 pips. I'm not sure about that. He wasn't really down a ton. Now it's 3-1. I guess I just play 6-2. That is where I have the most checkers, so I should probably just play from my stacks. Double twos makes the 4 and covers. Great shot for Ryan. Still think he's pretty far away from a cube, though. He needs to improve his distribution a little bit more in order to get there. Just too many numbers leave a shot. 4-2 is a perfect number. 3-1. What's the race now after this play? He's only up 11. Still not enough. 5-4. Now he's up 20. Now he's up 15. So maybe you could cube this now if he steps up. 15 probably enough for a cube now that he's stepped up. Now you're up 20 again. Now 13. Okay. Now what is this? 20, 12. That's 12 now, yeah. 12 and then 5-4, right? Is 21. 16 pips. Right? Should double, and this is probably just a pass now that the 13 is gone, right? Can you take this 3 checkers back now that the 13 is gone? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe there was a missed cube there. Certainly lost his market, right? Makes the bar. So I would still just continue to roll. I would want my position to be a bit more stable. I think this take is a bit too easy at the score. Step up and play 13-9, I guess. Just make the play that's going to win the most games, right? Now he has a chance of making the blocking play. Is this? I mean, could you hit with a 4 is the real question to potentially stop your opponent from making the 9 point. I mean, you left 2 blots anyway, right? And this just makes this, I wouldn't come off my anchor. You're down 30 pips. Just come down. 5-2. What a shot. 4-1. Yeah, 6-5. He's up 1,000,000. That seems reasonable since every other play was going to leave a shot or had to make the 1 anyway. 6-5. Does it hit? It misses. It misses. Ryan needs to clean up both. He's able to. Only gets hit with 6-2 and 5-3. That misses. Double ones. 5-2. Slots the 2. 5-4. Double 6 again. Oh my gosh. Cover the board, I guess. I would just bring it in. I think 3s and 4s are the same number of shots, and Gaz redoubles and he hits. I think it's only a redouble at the score, by the way. Not the actual position for money, but just at the score. Gaz picks up 4 points here, it looks like. Because even that double fives doesn't bring Ryan all that close. All right, Gaz gets to Crawford. 4-1. 4-2 makes the 4 point. 4-3. 6-2 hits. That misses, but makes the point, and double ones makes the structure. Double threes. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the question is do you ever trade the 7 for the 4? But that really lets black out, and that's not really what you want. Wow, this play is tough. You want to split with the 3, but where's the 4? Double fours. Well, that looks pretty good, actually. I didn't even see that. And this makes the 9 and plays 6-4. Points on him, for lack of a better thing to do. 1-4. 4-1 makes the point. Now Ryan needs a 3. He doesn't roll one. He needs a 3. Ryan doesn't roll one. Oh my gosh, double ones. So gross. Oh, and the board cruncher. Ew. Just come out. I don't really want to be pointed on. 6-4. Yeah, it seems okay. You're getting killed in the race, so. No, you're just conceding here. 22 pips. What are you doing coming up? You can't win this race. Was that right? Crazy. Who knows? Five, 4. 5-3, and it looks like Gaz is going to win this one too. Ryan really needs to win the PR to not let these points get away from him here. Double threes. All right, let's give this win to Gaz. And let's see who wins the PR. Gaz wins the PR. Sick. What a comeback from Gaz so far. And we're going to the 8th and final match with Gaz having a 2-point lead over Ryan Rebelo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for Ryan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for Gaz. And this match will decide it. Whoever wins this one, Ryan needs to win the match and the PR in this match in order to have a chance to win the average PR. If he wins the match but loses the PR, or loses the match and wins the P, he has to win both. And then maybe his average PR is better, but maybe it's not. I don't have these numbers yet. Looking for a way to run out, but the 6-4 is just so bad. So I guess you just make the 2. I mean, there's no point in stepping out into a triple shot, is there? He's not likely to make the bar. Oh, but he does. But it would have been bad anyway. 2-1 hits, okay. He doubles up 40 pips. This is like the position I think the cube was missed earlier. In game 1, match 1, was it? Maybe he saw that in like one of the breaks. Had a little bit of a review. This hits. 3-5 misses. 6-1 cleans it all up. 3-2. Go to the 2-point. Yeah, like this. Or 1, he just makes it. Okay, probably would have taken a checker off to try to get the G's. 5-2 just clears the point now. You can't make the last play of making the 1 and then start to get aggressive now where, the next play could leave shots. So stick with your game plan. Double ones. 4-3. 3 fans, 4-2. 2-3 fans again, 4-3. Double threes. Okay, Ryan looks like he's going to get off of this gammon, maybe. 3 first, then the 6. 6-5. 6-2. He's not off of it yet, but everything gets off. If he doesn't roll it, okay. Wow. Gaz is coming on strong here in the end with these wins. When Ryan won 3 out of the first 4, I was thinking it might be a short night for Gaz. He was winning the PR by quite a bit, I think, at that point. But Gaz has been coming on very, very strong now. Not only is he winning more matches, but he has 4 PR wins as well. 3-6 hits. Yeah, I mean, this one gets hit back more, but at least you're not on the 24. And if he enters and rolls a 6 from the roof, he'd kind of be trapped back there. So maybe even though this gets hit more, it's better. 1, and then the 6 comes out from the 22, I think. I'd clear the 10. I don't see the value in keeping the 10, and it gives me more spares. You did it in that last roll anyway. Double 5s. 6-5. That is not a good roll, my friend. I guess you have to clear the 6 to not leave a shot, right? I mean, you don't like doing it, but my God, the other play must be worse. You're up 30-something pips. If there's a second checker back, you're just dead. I mean, 6-4, do you play 2 down now? Maybe that's too big, but there's a blot in his board. His board is broken. I mean, this is worth thinking about, right? As the most straightforward way to win. I mean, look at that. It would have gotten away with it. Oh, but you get away with it anyway. 4-3. I don't think there's a need to double hit. Ooh. Okay. Make the 8. Yeah, seems reasonable. 1-6. You could make the bar. I like making the bar. Making the bar traps the checker on the 24. But I guess making the 2 traps him on the bar. So there's something to be said about that as well. How bad do you want that G? 6-5, okay. Double 4s, wow. Ryan could really lose a G here. But, I mean, he's losing the match, so, I mean, if he loses the match, he's lost the round. Double six, wow, that speeds it up. But cuts down on the gammons one. Oh, man, 4-2, what a great number to take 2 off before opening up. Double twos. Jeez. Double ones rips more checkers off without opening up. 5-2 fans. 4-3, 6-2. 5-4. 6-1. 5-4 again. 6-2. 2-1. 4-1, not great. He needed a crossover there. No, I go this one. Yeah, I like that one better. 3-2. 6-3. Double. Oh my God. And Gaz wins. Ryan's first defeat in this tournament so far. And Gaz even wins the PR by 0.05. How nuts is that? Absolutely nuts. Let's just write that in there. And that is the last one. Gaz. And let's bring that back over here. Well, that was a fun one. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Justin Nowell. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If anyone, of course, is interested in backgammon lessons with me, please feel free to send me an email at justin@backgammonuniversity.com. And that is that. Maybe we'll click through this 1 second. What do we got here? 6-5. Yeah, it was 2 down. And this double hit was unnecessary. And this 6-1. The play is correct, but he should have cubed, redoubled at the score. Wow, that's tough. Okay, and this 4-3, you wanted him to rip for the gammon. All right, well, thank you all for tuning in. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. My name is Justin Nowell, and it looks like we are out of here.